There are so many bells and buttons I have to push so that these shows go on. Give me 1 second, kids. So we can do this. Welcome to Daytime Today. I do everything myself. I gotta look over here, look over here, look over here, look over here. It's crazy. So it's on. Chat room is open. This is live. You listen to this later. I'm live right now. Maybe catch. I don't really say when I'm going live. Just go live when I feel like it. But I'm live. It is Valentine's Day, one of my most hated holidays for me. You guys are my family. I tell you everything. I talk to you about everything. I tell you everything. For me, it's a tough one for me because I don't have anybody, and so for me, I see this as a day where all of a sudden, you put you online, all of a sudden, folks, I never knew had a partner or a wife or a girlfriend or a boyfriend. Suddenly they do. This is the love of my life of 10 years, too. I'm like, you have somebody? Like, you never post anything about them until now. Yeah, I love it. It makes me laugh. I'm Shady Monday. I'm shady. I'm just like, that is hilarious to me. I'm like, oh, okay. That's great. Great. Yes. But it's crazy. But I'm very transparent. I'm not that, Valentine's Day itself, you can show love every day, whatever, but it's one of those things where everything's accentuated and people try to claim it's about love for everyone. It's about coupledom. Come on, folks. Everybody's posting about their man, their woman, their them, because now we have different genders now. It's all about couples. It is. And people are gonna try to play it off like it's something else, but I can literally pull up 40 accounts right now and see all pictures. They're not posting pictures of them and their friends, not posting pictures of them and their kids. It's them and their mans or their womans, and that's what it's about. So it's a day for those of us who don't have anybody. We just got to deal with it, I guess. Well, thank you. I really appreciate that. Daisy Flower for you. Thank you. It's tough for those of us who, especially during this pandemic, especially, it's been really hard for those of us who are alone. We don't have anybody. And you want somebody and you can't even get it because it's the crazy with the COVID and LA's big and all kind of stuff. It's been a tough couple of years for some of us. So check on your friends who are single. Some are okay, some are fine, some love being. There are times in my life I'd love being single. There are times in my life I only want to be single, and that was, But nowadays that's a gray hair. I'm like, what's that? It's a gray hair, kids. I got gray hair coming in. But there are times in my life I loved being single. Didn't want to be bothered. I was happy, but I want somebody and can't get nobody. So that's how that is that I want. So I'll just get through the day. I'll bear and grin and get through the day, and then it'll be February 15th. I can forget all about it. It is crazy. But also Daytime Today. It's not about me. It's about Daytime Today. Daytime Today, the love in the afternoon. So where is it on soaps? Like, where is the love part? I'm missing. I feel like I'm missing the meat, the nice pacing of people getting to know each other, having actual scenes of people dating, going through some cutesy stuff, romantic stuff. I miss the romance on daytime TV. And don't tell me it's budget cuts, because you can do things without having major budgets to make it cute. You can do things like that. But I'm just like, I know Y&R, well, Days isn't on right now because of the Olympics, but Y&R and General Hospital, I see, are trying their attempts. I mean, the whole year, yes, this makes me not like Valentine's Day, because they're trying to make a special day for it. Like the rest of the year. I haven't seen GH, it hasn't aired here yet, so I haven't seen it yet. I know I'm on the West Coast, so GH, that's not even on. I have another 45 minutes when he comes on. But you know what I mean? Where is it every day? This whole Liz and Finn situation on GH. I want to root for them, but they barely show them doing anything. Molly and TJ wanted to root for them. They barely showed them. It's where are the romance? You guys know what I'm talking about, because you guys are old soap fans. The old soap fans, where's are they go on a date? Then homegirl's talking to her best friend about the guy. The guy's talking to his buddy about the girl. And then they go on a date somewhere, and either it goes really well or it goes bad on some level, but they laugh about it. Like, where is that? Where are those like romantic, like here's a picnic or romantic getaways they used to show on soaps? This used to be called Love in the Afternoon, right? Where's the love in the afternoon? I don't know. I'm sorry, looking at something. And I completely on my rant, then I caught something on here. So anyway, which couples represent daytime love people? None. There's none. There's no love. There's no. I don't know what a love is. Where is it? You know, I'll give Days actually does a lot more, but all these other shows, I'm like, we get pieces. Bold, there is no love period on there right now. Not really. I mean, there are a couple of couples that are kind of happy. So I guess the closest will be Finn and Steffi. I guess are happy, and Liam and Hope are happy, but they're so busy in other people's storylines right now. There's not much with them, but it's like no new. We don't see Wyatt and Flo. We don't see that and Carter's not in romance relationships. He's in these messed up relationships. You know what I mean? Like they're all messed up. But I'm just like trying to go, okay, on Y&R, Jack and Phyllis aren't getting together to keep fighting back and forth. And I get that, but at some time, you would think they would finally get together. Or finally, like, so okay, enough's enough. It was cutesy at first, but I don't know. I'm just like, I don't get it. I want some romance. There's a lot of people they used to do stuff really see it all the time. I mean, back in June with Luke and Laura and Anna and Duke and all that, there was intrigue, there was things that went on, but where's the romance? I'm sure you guys agree on some level. I mean, they're kind of doing the Spencer Trina thing kind of well, where it's like he's with Esme, but he likes Trina. There's something there, kind of. The pacing's decent. But and now I'll see today's, but like pulling up Terry. Now suddenly Terry and Chet, two characters we never see. We're gonna give some romance, maybe. Brando and Sasha had very little romance because she was already pregnant and she lost a baby. Maxie can't do a romance right now. I mean, he's in such chaos right now with the Peter stuff and Austin. I kind of like them. Now, Brooklyn and Chase are cute, but they haven't had any romance. Again, I want to see romance. Not even Willow and Michael have been on the air, which I don't mind that on GH. I don't mind. Why not all these characters? Why isn't Imani on more? Why is it like her and Nate should go on a date or something? Or her and Noah should go on a date. Tessa and Taraya is having romance right now because they're engaged. So they give them they're giving them romance. So they got some romance going. I'll give it to them right now. They ain't always for months they didn't show them either. It's not just like get all excited. There were a lot of months there was hardly any Taraya on. And Taraya fans were like, come on, where are they? We came in, we talking gay storylines. Lucas is back. I guess. I don't know where he is, but Brad's back. Felix is apparently on today for Carly. Not even from own self. Like, you don't romance there either. Why can't him and Brad reconnect and have a romantic history? I mean, I get intrigue, I get corporate espionage, I get all that stuff, but and today's Valentine's Day, so it's kind of like they're doing these special episodes. That's cute, but then are they going to invest in them the rest of the year for me to get into the storyline? I mean, I can appreciate on some level, okay, today. Okay, they're going to show us some romance for today, Valentine's Day. Great, cute. Okay. But now, the rest of the year, I mean, I thought Sean and Alexis on GH were going to do something. Maybe not. Maybe it's Alexis and Harmony. And put Sean back with, have it go to Carly, I guess, or something. I mean, Dante and Sam, I guess, they're not even showing romance there either. There's no romance. I'm showing you romance. Not we're together, supposedly, and we care about each other. I want to see romance. Yeah, I'm curious to see Terry and Chet. I'm very curious. Matthew and Jennifer Anderson. I'm like, you guys are a cute couple. Looks like in there too. In the picture. I want to see it. I want to see some banter and some nervousness and some cutesy stuff and some over the top words. I want that. Adam and Sally have been dancing around forever. Now let's show some romance. Ashlyn and Ashlyn and Victor, wrong coupling. Ashlyn and Victoria, beautiful wedding. That wedding whole thing was beautiful in Tuscany. That was beautiful. But we haven't really seen any romance with them because it tied into the corporate stuff, which I love. Don't get me wrong. I love the corporate stuff. But I mean, good old fashioned, the mixture of just romance. Like everybody, I mean, it's like real life. Everybody's unhappy in real life. I don't want to see that on my TV. I want to see some romance. Hey, that shit can come back around though. They can come back around because we're trying to figure out who would Carly be with. I don't want Carly with Drew. That's Jason 2.0. We don't want that. And there's somebody else. Her and Jack's like, that's not happening. I was like, the only man her age group that would be decent. They had some. Will be Sean. Just that I don't see them putting Sean and Lexus together. They expect they're going that direction, but I don't see. We saw some Curtis and Portia, but not really that much. She's hanging out with Taggart. I'm like, what? Now, I was seeing today's episode. That was Friday. I was seeing today's episode. But again, I'm saying minus these episodes, Friday and today, I mean, in the rest of the year, can we not just wait till summer? Like summertime, they'll do all the sexy stuff and then the tropes that are just so tired. I just be like, where's some romance? I want to feel like, remember there's times when you root for couples and they'd show you them almost every other day, kind of falling for each other and having adventures. And I want to see that, right? This amp up Chase and Brooklyn. They know they almost kissed. They know they like each other. Come on, let's hurt out. Now to the next step. They should have kissed already. They should kiss now. Just go ahead and kiss, and then now have the adventures. Bruce Wayne do for Carly. You're right, Matthew Jennifer Anderson. Why bring in Matthew and Jennifer? What can I name you? Menifer. Yeah, I'm gonna call you Menifer. I'm gonna call you Menifer. Menifer. I agree with you. I agree. Or she doesn't care what you temp Taggart. Temp Taggart. I mean, she does. Carly and Peter. That's right. We all know why you said that, Menifer. Portia. I mean, temp Taggart's fine. He's not my friend, Real Andrews, who's Taggart, but yeah, he works. But that was random too, right? Was that random, Sarah? Sarah obviously just popped in. We haven't seen him in. I'm always still in Port Charles. Like, what the F is he doing? Why isn't he in stuff? What about your daughter? Do you talk to Trina? We never see you together. So I was like, let me sip my tea on that one. You're Just Jen. She's like, don't do my name into a love name. I'm putting you and your man together at Menifer. Make sense of my name. But you're like, no. So Just Jen. I've been told, folks, no nickname, no shipping name. It is Just Jen. So I'll call you Just Jen now. Kirsten, should you be at work or something? What are you doing? Sonny and Nina. I like Sonny and Nina. Sorry, I like them. It's cuckoo. It's crazy. It's all kinds of wrong. I love it. Why not? Soaps are meant to be a little over the top, and I think this storyline is over the top. I hated Nixon Falls. That whole thing went on way too long. But now, see, Maurice Bernard, to me now, I'm loving his acting. I was never a huge fan of his acting. I always went back and forth. I like him as a person and everything. But I was always like, his acting, I'm like, oh, okay. Everybody says he's great and everything. I'm like, he's fine. But I like his acting right now. His acting right now, he's doing a layered performance. A layered performance. I love it. Maurice Bernard is sinking his teeth into this. And every little bit he's doing is just so great. So and Cynthia Wachos plays crazy like nobody else. This whole thing is crazy. It's crazy. Daisy Farmer, we're not supposed to like it. We're not supposed to like it, but we're supposed to hate this. I totally get it. Yeah, so Steve was like, yeah, right. Steve's like, come back. Not anytime soon. I don't want Carly and Drew. Drew has so much. Cameron Matheson has so much chemistry with everybody. You can't move it. You can't see. As your husband, he has something to do with that. He's like, no, girl, you ain't remove my name from this account. You will be Matthew and Jennifer Aniston for the rest of your natural life. That's what he told you. Mm-hmm. He's like, nope. He's like, nope, lady, you ain't remove this name from my account. Mm-mm. Want to say about it? No. Matthew has a wife named Jennifer Aniston. That's right. I almost said Jennifer Aniston. Andrew's like, you're not Jennifer Aniston, you're Jennifer Aniston. Anderson. Oh my God, I just said it. Mm-hmm. That's right. But I just think Drew has chemistry with a lot of people. I'm like, no. I just saw Drew and Max had a little chemistry. I was like, okay. But you know. But you're right. They're probably gonna do Connie and Drew Daisy Flower for you. They're probably going to. But on some level, I'll take some romance. I'll take some romance. Okay. Do some romance. Drew and Britt, I don't like them together. I like them as friends, kind of. It's Jason 2.0. You know, I love it. I'm sure you do. I want to say it out loud. Matthew, Jennifer loves you. It's Valentine's Day. She loves you very much. Yes, she does. We're just having Shady Monday. That's what we do here at JLJ Media. We're shady. I always say it's always better in the shade. It's always better in the shade. And I'm bitter because I don't have Valentine's. I'm bitter. I don't have a man or anything. I'm bitter. So I'm bitter. I'm spreading everybody. So if you follow me online, I posted all these lonely single Valentine's Day things because if everybody can post all this loving somebody. Have a man. I love my man. I love my woman. Good. I'm posting all stuff that I don't have one, so I'm posting all that on there. So we're gonna even it out somehow. Mm-hmm. We're gonna even it out. See, Drew is Maxie as father and daughter. Maxie is not that young, girl. How old do you think Maxie is? Maxie has to be in her late 30s. Oh, my girl. Oh, and Drew's not that old. Because I know that Steve Burr was like 50 in real life. So even if, I guess if Maxie's in her, she was a kid in the 90s, so she'd be in her late 30s probably, almost 40s. I'm like, that's I guess that's still too close. Some of us have kids young, which I did. I had kids young, and my kids had kids young, so that it is possible they could, but I don't see that. Zendel. So it was Kendall and who's Zach? Oh, Zach and Kendall. Okay, MC. Okay, yes. Good old Torsten K. That's beautiful. There is no romance whatsoever. There is Paris trying to suck her lips on every man in town. I'm like, I don't know what that's all about. I'm like, okay, St. Paris is not doing so well. I was like, okay, that's the direction you want to go. I did get one little 555. I did get one little Valentine thing for my sister, which is a Grogu candies. And here it is, man, for the Mandalorian. So here's the thing, because I hate Valentine's Day, but I did accept this. Here's the thing. They come with, he likes frogs, gummy frogs. They're individual packages. I said I wouldn't eat one. I'm gonna eat one right now. No, I like gummy bears, but I've never. Okay. I'm gonna try to eat one right now. It smells like apple. It's like really hard. Ugh. I don't want to kill my teeth right now. I'll get back to it later. But yes, I will. I'll get to it later. No, I'm like, oh, that was a little too hard for me. But the individual wrap. But yeah, but it's a cute. It'll go on my Star Wars shelf. I accepted this as a Valentine's gift. My sister, Star Wars related, so it'll go on my. I got to redo my shelf. But I'll do that today. I have a lot of shows today, and I'm like, I'll do that. Yeah, I'm like, yeah, I love having diabetes. Just kidding. I don't have diabetes. No, she knows I like Valentine's Day, but she knows I like this. So I'm a Grogu fan. I got Grogu's. Also, Darth Vader fan. Darth Vader. So I haven't watched that today either. All these shows are either just came on or I'm in LA, so I haven't had a chance to see anything. So my sister's nice, she is, but she got a man, so screw her too. They all got men and women's. Everybody in the family's taking except for me. Not even for I've tried. Trust me. I feel like a soap opera. There's no romance in my life whatsoever. Last time I had romance was like 2.5 years ago. But I have to say, in soap fashion, I have been proposed to on a Valentine's Day. I have. And that was for a green card though. So it wasn't they were in love with me or nothing. It was a green. So there was a ring and a whole dinner, and they proposed to me to marry them for Valentine's Day. So one day I'll tell that story, but that was something that I went through once. So I actually have my bucket list of things as soap opera like things I've been proposed to. Oh, I'm totally shady. Oh, definitely, I'm totally shady, and I stand on my shadiness. I don't care. I don't care. But yes, I did have that at one point. So I was like I say, I will say I've had 2 really romantic Valentine's days in my life. 2, I know I can think of 2 right in my past that were actually very romantic. That were again not even a lot of work, not a lot of money. It was very little money. Yeah, they both were good. Both were good. They involve food. For me, it always involves food. One was I made something, and one other person cooked at my house, and so that was all like to me. I'm simple. I'm simple. I am not bougie or uppity or I'm like big gestures are not even. Yeah, I think sometimes the smaller gesture the better. My hair is like all over the place. Anyway, so yes, I want some love in the afternoon. I want some, not just Valentine's Day. I want to see it. I want to see it on my subs. Y&R, Bold and the Beautiful, General Hospital. I almost said As the World Turns. I don't anymore. What's the fourth sub? Days Are All Lives. I mean, they have Ben and Sierra, so they show romance. They've shown romance there. They've been through a lot. Days does. I mean, Lonnie and oh my God, my man, Lonnie and Eli. They've shown them a lot. They do. They show romance on that show. They do. Is your husband actually listening? Does he? Oh my God, does he hear what I'm saying? I got a big mouth. Does Matthew hear what I'm saying? I'm just like talking shit to his wife on international waters here on YouTube. I actually said, Matthew, you're good looking too. I see you guys are a good looking couple. I was like, dang. I was like, see, like he's here. I know he was listening. He was listening on the conversation. Couldn't agree more, James. Me and my hubby been together 35 years. We've done one proper Valentine's Day. Look at you, trying to get your picture in there. You have a nice little picture in there too, Brown A21. I know you, of course. 35 years, okay. Well, that's the thing. Even if you're a couple of them, I guess it's also one of those weird things too. It's like there's always expectation of making a Valentine's Day really big, making it really good. I just think if you guys can just at least you have somebody, hold on to that. Sheesh, that's what I think. Yeah, if you got somebody, hold on. Yes, love films. I was saying films. I was just saying that Love in the Afternoon. That was the whole thing. That was the whole thing. They work at home together. Okay, so you guys work at home together. You're married and you work at home together. Mm-hmm. I'm going back to Minifer again. I'm going back. Sorry, Jan. Going back to Minifer. You guys are the ultimate couple. Yeah, Love in the Afternoon. That was the whole thing. Love in the Afternoon. That was a slogan. That was a lifestyle. So supposed to be romance for all the housewives and my grandmothers and aunties sitting at home watching their stories, getting hot and bothered because the men were hot and they get a chance to have the fantasy of this other life without having to do anything in real life, hopefully, right? That was the whole point. All the soap hunks had their shirts off. All the females are pretty. Everybody's beautiful, of course. Like Bold and Beautiful. They're all beautiful. Everybody's beautiful. They're all beautiful. You have good-looking folks doing crazy things, but also doing all this loving stuff. Where is it? Where is it? I mean, Liz and Finn talk about him having to sleep on the couch. Why didn't we see that? That could have been a very cute moment. It was talked about off screen. And again, I understand COVID protocols. I understand budgetary things and sets and all that stuff. I understand crew shortages. I understand all that. But there must be a way you can still have that. Okay, so Manafort's been married 20 years. The only person around to say either we got to be beautiful roses though. Oh, see, Matthew's smart though. He knows what's going on. He's like, you may not be in a Valentine's Day, but I'll do something nice. Mm-hmm. Was it happy life? Happy wife, happy wife, happy wife, happy life. That's what it is, yes. Matthew knows what's going on. Mm-hmm. That's right. You better get you some good roses. It's nice. I say give people plants because I'm a plant man. I got plants all over my house, everywhere. I'm a plant man. I'm on plants last night. Give somebody an easy plant. Not anything hard to take care of. There are a lot of indoor plants that are nice to take care of, and it lasts forever because roses do die at some point. That's still good. He got them for you. That's good. But, not a cactus like on Bold and Beautiful. I love that cactus. I love it. I love that cactus. I love cacti because they're easy to take care of. And in LA, we have this, we were drought. We had to get drought tolerant plants for a long time. That was a big deal. Drought tolerant. Mm-hmm. So funny. So yes, that's good. Okay. I've also heard that long time. I will never know this. My long relationship was like maybe 7 years. But long time couples have a whole different world too. I've heard. So it's just a different world the longer you're together. Which sounds to me sounds wonderful. I'll be 53 in a few months, and I'm like, if I met somebody tomorrow and we stayed together, 30 years will be 83. That's if though it could happen, right? I don't know if I'd ever know that. But I won't know more than 30 years, I don't think, if I start something now in a few years. I mean, if I live to 100, and then we both live to 100 possibly, but I don't think I'll ever have that. 20 years is 73. Like, I can't believe that 20 years, and now I'm belching like an old person. I can't believe that 20 years from now I'll be in my 70s. That's not that. I mean, I want 70s a long time ago. A lot of things are off screen. Yes, they are. A lot of things are off screen. They describe stuff. And I'm like, that's not just because you want to fast track the relationship for us. So you can say they're together. So you can put them in situations where they can be pulled apart. But I can't root for you if I don't see nothing. We have to see it to believe it, right? I want to see it, not just hear about it. We just barely, like I said, TJ and Molly were this great example, but she was somebody who grew up on the show. He was with Jordan, so he's Jordan's kid. This could be a wonderful thing. Even with Faith and Moses, I mean that's they're not even really showing. They're showing a little bit of that. They're cutesy, but they're not really showing up to that either. Anything can happen. James wrote a letter and got my hubby. They say, I meditate every morning and stuff, and I'm single, right? I don't want to be single, but I am. Life does go on. I'm busy all the time. I take care of stuff. Yes, I have plenty of love in my life with my kids, grandkids, friends, all that stuff. But I miss the certain love that you can't get from those people. That's very different. It's a certain thing you get with a partner. It's very different. And I miss that. And I'm not for a lack of trying. Trust me, I've tried. Done the work on myself, so I know what I have to offer, what I can bring and not bring. It's just very tough. And I'm getting older. That's just a fact of life. I'm getting older, so the pool is getting smaller and smaller. That's for everybody who's in their 50s and 60s and 70s and 80s. It just gets smaller. Not saying it can't happen. You're right. It can happen, but I don't know. I don't know. I mean, it's not like when I was young and free and bouncy and young. Who knows? That was a different story. So you're right. You're totally right. I mean, it could totally happen. I'm open. I mean, I'm not, but I don't go nowhere. I don't go nowhere and do nothing. So because of COVID, see, COVID changed everything. I come from LA, where it's a major. COVID's been major here, and that's what it soaks too. So I try to give the soaps some leeway the last couple of years because folks were so hard on them. The soaps are all taped in Los Angeles. Y&R, Bold and Beautiful are at CBS Television City in the heart of LA, about 10 miles away from me. They're not even far from me. It was in the heart of LA. The other two soaps are on the outskirts, but it's still part of LA. So it's completely we had to shut down. We have so many protocols and things that we're doing here because we're trying to be careful. So I know what that means. You have a large cast. It's hard to rotate them, have good story. It's just tough. It's just tough. And I try to remember that, okay, part of it is because certain actors can't come because of COVID. Some can travel. Some people left LA for a while because it was closed down. So they left LA. So now it's a commute coming back to LA. So I try to remember all of that when I'm watching what's on screen, because all this stuff is filmed in advance. So I try to remember that, right? It's filmed in advance. And Shreya was just saying how Taraya finds getting scenes, but there was a long time Taraya had no scenes. They were involved in other storylines, but they had no scenes. So you had a friend who married at 50. You had somebody else married at 50. I mean, yes, I'm sure it's possible. I'm sure. But I don't go nowhere, so I'm going to meet somebody. I'm on one app left. I got rid of all the other apps. Only on one app left, and that one's full of bots and people wanting to sell me cryptocurrency. I'm like, they have this whole thing. They have this whole thing. That's they say how good looking you are. They start talking to you normally. And there was one, I was like, so what do you do for a living? I travel around. I want to talk about cryptocurrency. I'm like, see, there we go already. I'm like, it's a scam. I'm being catfished. It's a scam. The older we get, the more we set in our ways and know what we want. So it'll be hard to find someone. That's very true. No, that part's very true. I know what I don't want. I know what I want. I do. Yes, you absolutely just experience. The thing is, I dated a lot. I mean, for like 30 years. So I totally, yes. And a couple of situations were out of my control. I had a couple of deaths in my past. One day I'll talk about those one day too. So those relationships ended clearly because they died. I thought they would be forever. So I had a couple of those. So it's tough. And age is such a, especially in LA, everybody wants to be a star. All pictures on ads are all like headshots. They want to be a star. They find out what I do for a living. They're like, oh my God, can you give me on TV? Can you give me this? Give me it. And I'm like, I'm looking for a partner, not to help you with your career. If we're together, of course, I'll do what I can. Clearly. Clearly, we know that on General Hospital, that's how one of the actors is still on the show. Let me sip my tea on that one too. But that's what I'm looking for. I'm not looking to take care of anybody. I'm not looking to, I raised kids already, so I'm done. And I'm not here to advance your career. If we're together, we're a team. If I can do something, add something in your direction, that's yes. But I'm like, nah. Other than that, I'm like, no, it's too much. But so Metaphor, you're correct about that very much. It's true. That's a good thing. That part's a good thing. So I already saw myself, if I'm alone the rest of my life, I'm alone the rest of my life. Obviously, I will survive and life's going to go on some level. I'm just trying to learn how to lean into that and then go. So then if I meet somebody, it's great. I keep meeting new friends. I've done that recently. Some really good people in my life that I'm very happy with that are friends. So that's something that there, but it's still not the same as a romantic love or partnership in that way love. It's something different. You can have all sort of stuff. I need something that's that's not the same as my kids, my grandkids, my parents. I'm part of that sandwich generation, they call it. So I have aging parents, I have kids and grandkids. I'm somewhere in the middle. So it's like trying to find my life in the middle somewhere. Also, I run 2 companies. I'm running several households. I'm running my garden. Just trying to like just keep it, moving. It's a lot of work, just like soap operas. Running a soap, I write audio drama, so I know how it is too to write storylines and direct and handle actors. Soap operas have a lot, right? They have a lot going on. There are a lot of moving parts. Things happen, but it all starts on the page. They always say, if it ain't on the page, it ain't on the stage. It starts on the page. So we got to see what's on that page. And I know people have guarantees and they just, I know all that stuff too, but I'm like, there has to be, they were doing before, it has to be a way. Because you think about super couples in the 80s and 90s, they found a way to weave romance with story. So for all the Shane and Kimberlys and Patch and Kayla's and Bo and Hope, of course, Vicky and Nick, Nikki and Victor. Back in the day, old school Ridge and Brooke, old school, Thorne and Macy. All this stuff. It's crazy. It's just crazy. So it's. Here's the problem, Brown age 21. I left my house 3 times in January. And because COVID's so bad in Los Angeles and this Omicron variant is so catchy, I had 3 different scares. Like literally, I went to my mother's house, hugged my aunts, who a day later found out she has COVID. So I had to quarantine for 5 days. So I'm saying every time I do leave my house, I have a COVID scare. Now I walk around the corner to my corner store, and I do that now every once in a while. But also, all of my friends have COVID. All of my coworkers have COVID. Half my co-hosts got COVID. I don't want COVID. I don't want it. And I'm going to hold out as long as I can. So I tell people, you can think whatever you want. I'm not changing my ways. I'm just going to hold out. I'm going to be the last person to get it if I have to get it. I'm not boosted. I have my vaccines. But they keep running out of the booster stuff for me, so I keep waiting until I get one. I don't want it. It affects everyone differently. So I tell people, oh no, I've left the house a couple of times, but because it was so highly contagious, each time I left, I had to stay home for 5 days and test again. Every single person that is my organizing client, they all have COVID. It's no joke. Almost every other day, somebody I talk to has COVID. My grandchildren have COVID. Half of them have COVID. They're my teenagers. They have COVID. I can't believe it. They got it from school. So I'm just like, so trust me, it's not just me being paranoid and just saying, I'm like, it's safer in my house. It's safer here because because it's so highly contagious that I'm waiting for it to subside. It has to peak at some point and then go back down, like the other ones. It has to peak. So I'm just kind of waiting for it to peak. And I can't trust nobody because half the folks that you talk to aren't vaccinated on purpose. Seriously, I know a lot of people I've talked to on the dating apps, they're not getting vaccinated. They don't want to be vaccinated. Half of them have had COVID. So I'm like, okay, bye. I don't want nothing to do with you. Sorry, I draw a line. I'm not anti-vax, so I'm a vax person. So it's tough, and then some folks lie just so they can get it and get you, and I'm like, nope, not doing that. So you're yeah. It's not 80%. 80% is not. It's not. We don't have 80% booster here in LA. I can tell you that right now. So I'm in my mid 50s, obviously, and I try to go. I'd rather somebody my age or in their 40s. That I'll do 40s. The last couple of people I were with, they were in their early 30s, and that's too young. I have kids who are 34 and 33. That's young. Yes, I could do it. Yes, they're adults, but it's just like, I have nothing in common. I have nothing in common with somebody in their 20s and 30s. I just don't. Now I have some friendships with people in their 30s, and we get like colleagues, like my friend Flobo and Tony Moore, my chocolate twin, and all them. They're in their mid to late 30s. I get along great with them, as friends and colleagues. Not about dating. I mean, well, full straight, obviously, but you know what I mean? Like just dating wise, I just don't know. I mean, I don't. It's just I've met nice folks. So I try to do 5 years, give or take, upward or younger or older. But I mean, I'll do 10 if I had to. If they're younger, there has to be something special about them that's like, because I did meet one person who was younger that was mature for their age in many ways. It had the same work ethic as I do, which is a turn on. They have the same work ethic, and they were hard workers, and they were really just like, they were just go-getters, and their personality, we admired each other very much. I think that was something that, even though we split, it wasn't my choice. So I won't tell this person's business. They have some stuff going on. That was one thing that I was like, okay, so it worked with you because we had a team mentality, same background, similar backgrounds. That can help you sometimes when someone's a similar background as you. But I mean, I try to stay open to everybody. I try. And I actually opened myself to somebody who was younger, in their late 20s. They were a business owner, which just grows you up fast. And a few other things, but they just stopped texting. So I was like, oh, guess we're done. Don't know what happened or anything. And that was like 3 months ago. So I have no idea. People have, and again, you have that whole, the habits. People who text you, who don't text you, who don't call, people who, there's a whole thing there. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, 6 years is not bad. 6 year age gap is not bad. And also, I tell people all the time, if they can have older men with younger women, why having older women with younger men? People are getting mad at Kate and Jake on days. They were hot together. I'm like, why would you? I mean, what? Why are you giving so much? Kate looks great. Now, for characters to call her old granny and stuff, yeah, that's funny. But I'm a young grandfather, and I know, and I have a show about that. I really am a grandparent, and we talk about the grandparents who are young who are dating. There are grandparents still raising children. If you have a child young and they have a child, and you're still having kids, that happens. I have an uncle who's 2 years older than me. His wife just had a birthday. His wife is younger than I am by a few years. Their kids are grown. My cousins are grown, but he's one of the younger of my grandparents' kids. My mother's part of the older ones, and my uncle Ralph's one of the younger ones. That happens. My kids are all mixed up with there. My sister is a few years older than my grandson, but my daughter is older than my sister. It's my sister, my daughter, my sister, my daughter. No, it's all mixed up, and we make jokes out of it. My mother's aunt is actually her cousin, but she's a little older, and she helped raise her. They're only like 9-year age difference, but there's a respect there too. So age is like a really interesting thing. But 6 years, not bad at all. I think 6 years is fine. 10 years. 10 years would be fine too. But just saying, if you're gonna go any bigger, than that, you gotta find something that brings you together. What would bring you together that would keep you together? I'm not saying you have to date yourself, so to speak. Sometimes that shouldn't be either. You shouldn't date yourself. But you know what I mean? Like, what can bring this couple together that's a unique thing? I used to watch Northern Exposure, and one of the characters was an older guy with a young girl. They talked about why it worked, and it was all thing about why. And to me, it was cute, and it worked. It wasn't stereotypical either, this relationship. So, so Lovely Afternoon, I'll take it. I'll take whatever you can give me. Just give me something on these soaps. I want more romance. The world is a place that's got so much negativity happening. It's like, give us something. I need some escapism. And part of that on soaps is love and romance. That's part of the tenets of, I thought, of soap opera. So I mean, come on, kids, you tell me. That's what I thought. That's what I thought. Let's see how long I've been on. Oops. That's me. Okay, come on. Look around. You tell me. Oh, wow, it was an hour ago. Okay. Thank you. Okay, so I'm going to go off now because I already went off. I went off already. Thank you, everybody, for coming on for Daytime Today. You have made this show a hit, and I'm very happy about that. I'm glad that I got a chance to rebrand it and bring it back for everybody. And we're having talks about all aspects of this business, of the soap business. It's we love this. I love the shows. I love the soaps. Other people work behind the scenes in front of the camera. It's one of the hardest jobs you can ever have. And I want them to do well. I want them to be here for a long time. I want to see certain things that are part of this soap world. So I'm always going to question and ask, and hopefully we shall receive. Daytime Today is on audio too. If you want to listen to us, listen to me. You can on audio streaming platforms. And YouTube is JLJ Media, of course, where you get all your shows.